Good morning, it's Sunday, June 26th. This is a garden update. I've got some Big Max pumpkins growing down there. It's where the cabbage used to be in my cabbage. I'm trying to get to rehead, but I don't know if it's going to work. It's a transplanted ancient sweet pepper. Roma tomatoes, which still have the blight, but are producing tomatoes. Not very many, but we're keeping it alive as long as it continues to give us food. Cayenne pepper plant again is just completely bloated down. You pick up one of these branches and it's just heavy with fruit. My freezer is full of these things. You move on here. This is another type of cayenne. This is your standard cayenne. And these are long cayennes. Very much the same in taste though. These are my two Black Beauty eggplants. And if you notice back in there, got a nice couple of eggplants going. And my Thai chilies. They're extremely hot. And there's the center garden, which is thinned out considerably. We've gone in and out of a few things already, so we're in the summer part of the season. We've been growing since very early on, so our trellis has already gone through both peas and cucumbers. So these are Hungarian wax peppers, doing very nicely. We've had a lot of rain lately. That would be watermelon that I've got going. Some Thai basil that I've got going on next to our regular basil. And this thing is just crazy, as usual. I've got it pinned up because it was just starting to cover everything else up. Cucumbers still going. And I believe in there, yeah, there's one. And if I'm looking here, I'm just noticing, this is great for on video, whole cluster of eggs. And those are going to more than likely be cucumber beetles, which means that I've got bug problems more than I realized. So I'll be taking that off here shortly and then spraying for insects this afternoon. Got bell peppers here. This is a bush of ancient sweets, which I'll come around to. It's just some miscellaneous peppers. I've got an orange habanero here. And again, that's the underside of all this here is my ancient sweet peppers, which you can see what they are. And this little monster bush over here is another type of habanero. You'll see those. They're coming in nicely. Another Hungarian wax. This is a Hungarian black. These are small Thais. Bulgarian carrot. Both of these are Bulgarian carrot peppers, and they're just absolutely beautiful. And just the greatest shade of orange. More small Thais. This here is a habanero. It was a damaged one I just got growing just for the heck of it. More small Thais. Another Hungarian black. This is a Hanoi chili, which hasn't fruited yet, but it's just getting ready to. These back here are bell peppers. And you can see we got a couple on there. There's another one down there. Another couple here. And we've got, it's where the corn used to be. I've got watermelon growing. I'm going to let go on the ground. And these are my prize winning habaneros. This is the small bush, which is just loaded with fruit, and the majority of them now are going orange. They're just absolutely beautiful and they taste delicious. And this is my big boy plant. And it's just a bush. I mean, it's hanging on the ground and just loaded down with these habaneros. And they're growing over my watermelon in there. And these is all just each just one plant. As many shoots as there is. It was a stunted plant that wound up putting out a whole bunch of arms. Same as this one, it's one plant. And that's pretty much the squash corner. We've got spaghetti squash and butternut growing there, and then it kind of actually trails off and works its way into there. And there's a butternut. We're still getting some squash. There's a kind of a oddly shaped one. And spaghetti squash. These are my Cuban sweet peppers I got growing in boots. They started off as seed in there and they're doing wonderful. And if you notice, they're flowering, so they should be putting up fruit anytime now. Volunteer weed tomato plant. Again, the squash. And another resident squash. Just kind of found its way in there and throwing seeds about. These are Mexicali peppers I've got growing in boots, again started from seed. And they've done awesome for growing in a boot. And these small little plants. Got lots of peppers on them. I'm just finally going red. Very nice. This is my experiment. This is the way the Indians used to grow it. They'd grow corn and then grow the squash up the corn. So I planted them both at the same time to see what would happen. These are my boot jalapenos. It's my pride and joys. I got 3 of them in there. And they're just starting to produce flowers. But no fruit as of just yet. But very healthy plants. All of them grow a little weird. Shape-wise, a little unusual from the other peppers I've grown. But my cucumber. Again, which is still putting out cukes. This little pot here is actually loaded down with ancient sweets, and those are cherry peppers, as you can see there. There's peppers on them, and this, like I said, this guy for being in a little pot, doing real well. Nice long red one there. It's doing awesome. I've got some corn growing in some miscellaneous spots wherever I can. Here's my prize-winning Ichiban. This again is one plant, and it is just, I mean, loaded, loaded, loaded. And it just keeps producing more. I mean, there's probably 20 on there, so. Again, compost bin getting thin. We have less lawn to mow. We zero-scaped our front yard, and the backyard's mostly hay, so we don't mow very much. Some miscellaneous peppers and squashes that I've got started. Citrus, and I'll show you our grapefruit tree, which is now completely just hanging down with weight of the grapefruits. We've got thousands of them. It's doing ridiculously well. And then we've got a kumquat tree that's also doing ridiculously well, loaded down with fruit. Not ripe yet, but you'll see. I mean, this thing is just, I'll take you underside. Or I've got it thinned out so you can see the canopy. But there is just fruit galore. And it's just these limbs. They're just heavy. So that's the garden. Again, it's late June 2011. It's clammy out. The land's starting to get foggy. Fixing on getting another rain, but that's the update, and happy gardening.